Imagine stepping into a world where time seems to stand still, where vintage cars line colorful streets, and the vibrant rhythms of salsa music fill the air. Welcome to Cuba, a country rich in history, culture, and natural beauty. As an American, visiting Cuba offers a unique opportunity to experience its warm hospitality, explore its stunning landscapes from pristine beaches to lush tobacco fields, and delve into a rich cultural tapestry woven with the threads of revolution and resilience. It's not just a trip. It's a journey into the heart of a nation that's both mysterious and inviting, challenging perceptions and enriching your worldview. Discover Cuba, where every moment is a story waiting to be told. Welcome, my name is Travis Perry, and I'm excited to take you through what's needed to get you here. Wow, Cuba, the country that we have all dreamed about. It has been a fantasy to visit, and although it can be difficult, it can be done. Traveling to Cuba as an American offers a unique set of experiences and benefits, despite the complex history and regulations surrounding travel between the two countries. Here are the top 5 benefits. Rich cultural heritage. Cuba boasts a vibrant cultural tapestry, blending Spanish, African, and indigenous influences. This is evident in its music, dance, like salsa and mambo, art, and architecture. Visiting Cuba offers Americans a first-hand experience of this rich cultural heritage, providing insights into the island's history and its people's resilience and creativity. Historical significance. The historical ties and political history between the United States and Cuba, especially during the Cold War, make Cuba a fascinating destination for Americans interested in history. Landmarks such as the Bay of Pigs, Old Havana, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and the Museo de la Revolution offer deep dives into significant events that have shaped both nations. Natural beauty. Cuba's natural landscapes are diverse and stunning, ranging from pristine beaches like Varadero to the tobacco fields of Viñales Valley, also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The island's relatively low levels of industrialization and preserved ecosystems, such as the Zapata Swamp, offer unparalleled opportunities for ecotourism and outdoor adventures. Unique socio-political system. Cuba's socialist system is a rarity in the Western Hemisphere, and visiting offers Americans a unique perspective on a different form of governance and social organization. It provides an opportunity to see the impacts of this system on healthcare, education, and local communities firsthand. People-to-people exchange. Despite the historical tensions, there's often a mutual curiosity and warmth between Cuban people and American visitors. Engaging with locals, whether through official people-to-people tours, at casas particulars, private homestays, or in everyday encounters, can be enriching, offering insights into the Cuban way of life and fostering mutual understanding. So the reality is that traveling to Cuba as a U.S. citizen can be complex due to the long-standing trade embargo and travel restrictions imposed by the United States government. However, it's not impossible, and I am going to show you how to do it within the legal boundaries of the United States. U.S. citizens are not allowed to visit Cuba for tourism purposes, but can travel under specific categories authorized by the U.S. Department of the Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC. Here are the key points to understand when considering travel to Cuba. 1. Travel categories. U.S. citizens can travel to Cuba if the purpose of their trip falls under one of the 12 authorized categories. These categories include family visits, official business of the U.S. government, foreign governments, and certain intergovernmental organizations, journalistic activity, professional research and professional meetings, educational activities and people-to-people exchanges, religious activities, public performances, clinics, workshops, athletic and other competitions and exhibitions, support for the Cuban people, humanitarian projects, activities of private foundations or research or educational institutes, exportation, importation, or transmission of information or informational materials, certain authorized export transactions. 2. General license. For most of these categories, travelers can self-certify under a general license, meaning you won't need to apply for a specific license from OFAC. However, you must ensure that your activities in Cuba strictly adhere to the category under which you self-certify. 3. Tourism prohibition. Direct tourist activities and beach holidays are not permitted. Every activity must align with the category of your travel. Simply wanting to visit Cuba for tourism is not a valid reason under U.S. regulations. 4. Documentation and record keeping. Travelers should keep detailed records of their activities in Cuba for 5 years, including flight tickets, accommodations, and a daily log of activities that demonstrate compliance with the authorized travel category. This is important because you might be required to present these documents if questioned by U.S. authorities. 5. Travel via third countries. While direct flights from the U.S. to Cuba are available, some travelers choose to fly through a third country, like Mexico or Canada. However, the U.S. restrictions on travel reasons still apply, regardless of how you get to Cuba. 6. Accommodations and spending. U.S. citizens are prohibited from engaging in transactions with certain restricted entities in Cuba, including some hotels. It's essential to check the U.S. State Department's list of restricted entities before making travel arrangements. Staying in casas particulares, private residences, is a popular alternative. 7. Money. U.S. credit and debit cards generally do not work in Cuba, so travelers need to bring sufficient cash to cover their entire stay. The Cuban convertible peso, CUC, was phased out in 2021, leaving the Cuban peso, CUP, as the only currency. Be prepared to exchange your USD to CUP at official currency exchange locations or banks. 8. Health insurance. Cuba requires all visitors to have non-U.S. medical insurance, and this is typically included in the price of a flight ticket purchased from the U.S. or through a third country. You should verify this coverage when booking your flight. 9. Cuban tourist card/visa. Regardless of the U.S. regulations, travelers also need to adhere to Cuban entry requirements, which include obtaining a Cuban tourist card, also known as a visa. This can usually be purchased through the airline you're flying with. 10. Returning to the U.S. Upon returning to the U.S., travelers might be questioned about their trip. It's crucial to ensure that all activities conducted in Cuba comply with the authorized travel categories. While travel to Cuba from the U.S. is not straightforward due to the embargo and various restrictions, it is possible by carefully adhering to U.S. government regulations and ensuring that the purpose of the visit falls within the authorized categories. Planning and documentation are key to ensuring compliance and avoiding legal issues upon return to the U.S. If you like this video, please like and subscribe so that we can make more of these videos. Also, if you have experiences traveling to Cuba as an American, please add your comments below. This is Travis Perry, over and out.